I don't know how many engines I've done timing chains and belts on, but I have never bought a timing kit for an engine. I always make my own. Pretty weird, huh? Right here we have the OMT rethreading kit, master rethreading kit. We got all kinds of taps and dies in here, and we've got standard and metric, all kinds of goodies. Boom, 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 boom. We'll put a link down below, or I will add it to my Amazon store. And the reason we have this out is we are making a crankshaft locking tool. This is a bolt from my spare bolt bin. We didn't have one that was the right size, so we're gonna make one. Let me show you the cam alignment tool that I made years ago for Ford engines. Right here, you set your motor to top dead center, boom, and your cam should line up like this. There's a tool you can buy and put in there. This is just a serpentine belt tool that I still use, but I ground down to fit perfectly into Ford 4-cylinder cams. Now what we got to do now on this timing is lock the crank in before we start changing components. So right here is a hole in the side of the engine. A plug came out of there. It hits the flat spot right here on the crank to lock the crankshaft in. So we're on top dead center. Looks like we have to turn just a hair clockwise on our crank for it to be in perfect top dead center. And then once the crank is locked in, cam's already locked in, we can disassemble sprocket, phaser, guides, chain, and put the new kit on. Here's the plug that came out of the side of the block right there. It's just a plug. You take it out, and then you put a bolt that's this long in there so that it hits the side of the crank right there and locks it in. So we found a bolt that was long enough, just barely long enough, but it wasn't threaded all the way down. And this bolt that we're creating will go into our keeper pile of weird bolts for weird things. Got a whole bunch of bolts for weird applications. And how is that tap and die kit working, Jamie?
It's working pretty good. Yeah, just a little bit of lube and it's doing the job.
There's nothing like a brand new, fresh tap and die kit. We only needed to add a few more threads to this bolt so that it could go through the side of the block and actually hit that crank. You could see it was a bolt with no threads for the first half. OMT, makers of affordable tools for your DIYers. 48-piece set with the thread files. Working perfectly on this bolt as expected. It goes up to 14 and 5/8. Those are your biggest ones. And you can kind of just take a little glance and see all the sizes it comes with. So if you want this kit, I'll add it to my Amazon store and whatnot. It looks like Jamie's just about done with making the threads long enough. We'll set that other locking tool in here, and we'll get ready to disassemble, reassemble everything, get all the slack over here on the left side of the engine, pull that pin, clean, timing cover back on, valve cover, change the oil, boom. So Jamie's weekend project, timing for his mom's Christmas present complete. You can see homemade tools, they work just fine. Nice and steady engine now. No more slack in the chain. Look how steady that is. We ain't need no fancy tools around here.